You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, King Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Shameless After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Shameless After Show.
Welcome, everybody. We are having so much fun here. Why? Because, like Bing, we're doing it. We're here for another Shameless After Show, Season 2, Episode 10, A Great Cause. And because this is such a great cause, the one, the only, Shanola Hampton has decided to join us.
Hello! Hi, y'all.
And for those of you who live in a cave, that is, of course, V from the show. Come on.
Ask about it. Veronica in the building, y'all.
That's right.
Holler.
And I am your host, Phil Svitek. Alongside me is...
Dorinda Barker.
And across from me...
Spicy Mari sitting right next to Shanola, getting hot over here.
That's right.
She's so spicy, too.
See, I'm excited because we've had many of your co-hosts, or not your... I call them...
Because you have co-hosts.
I have, yes,
Yeah,
I have
we have
co-hosts. Your
co-hosts.
cast members.
My cast. Mm-hmm.
And we've been blessed to have them. And I'm excited because this is the first time I get to be on the floor
Yay.
with a special guest.
Was that on purpose? Because it was me?
That was.
Yeah.
I put in my request months ago.
Did you?
He wore his good black shirt for you today.
Oh.
That's right.
Is that a V-neck? Because I like V's.
That is
That's
the
a V-neck for V.
It could go a little deeper, but...
That's right. It could. So, yes, Shanola's going to join in, and we're going to get to talk to her much more in depth about her character, her career, all of that, her personal life in our special segment. And for the top of it, she's just going to talk and chat with us about the episode.
And everybody loves Shanola. I must tell you, we're on our Twitter feed right now, and they're loving you, Shanola. It's
Hi,
your energy.
everyone.
Well,
And,
you know what's nuts too? I mean, not to get, we'll obviously discuss me more, but
I'm wondering how many times Phil is gonna stutter because Shanola is in the room.
I mean,
That's
I
my
didn't
question.
even wear
Busting
a
him
low-cut
out.
top this time.
Oh my gosh,
but
I
you're
put a
taking
photo of
so
you. I got a lot of
It's all
hits.
rainy in LA and stuff. And
first
I'm like,
off, I feel like people like you no matter what, even if they haven't met you.
Oh.
But then when they meet you, there's
times
a
better.
presence that you just carry,
Thank
and it
you.
just fills the entire. I mean, AfterBuzz TV. For those of you who don't know, it's a big place. She's
Yes.
filling this whole place because of her presence.
this is a hot spot. I'm liking AfterBuzz TV.
There you
You have a
go.
nice studio happening.
We definitely appreciate that.
And you know, here's the thing. Shanola tells us she's a TV freak.
Right.
Anyway,
I am.
so and me and Madi go around about this. We see actors on TV, the actors, and they're like,
The thespians.
I don't watch television at
Please.
all. And Shanola's like,
Save it.
you know what? If I got extra time, I'm gonna come watch Mob Wives with
Right.
y'all.
Are you kidding?
I'm gonna come watch the Kardashians.
She has that
And I
good
do
DVR.
everything, big, good, bad. I watch over 40 hours of
I
television
love
a week.
that.
That's for real. Everyone who knows me will tell you I'm addicted. I'm going to take this bracelet off so it doesn't make a bunch of sounds. I took it off.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, let's
Go
get right
look
into. Oh, and one more thing, Ronnie. Aren't you supposed to tell our viewers about iTunes and rating and commenting and all that?
That's right. This is a very good time for me to do that. We talk about our iTunes page, Shanola, because here is the deal. I stuttered too, Phil.
There you go. I know. It's
Well, you know
green
you and I
flag she
have
has
a thing,
on.
though. Do you remember when we first met?
Do I remember when we first met? Yes, this was at the.
It's okay. The girls stuttered when Zach McGowan was here.
Oh, yes. Oh, my. What I
Zach
would
is
have
hot,
given
right?
to see him with his shirt off again. Oh,
You get enough of that on Shameless and other stuff.
I wanted him to just let me touch it.
Wow. Well,
Go ahead, Ronnie.
here's
Tell us the
thing.
good news.
No, here's the great thing about AfterBuzz TV. Shanola walked in here. She was just blown away. Like, wow, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you for saying that. The thing about it is we work really, really hard, and we just want our iTunes people to do us one little favor, and that is to write some comments about what we're doing, to rate our shows. And you can't tell me, like, look me in the face, and you can't tell me that we're not bringing good shows. We brought Shanola Hampton
In the
today.
house. I wasn't going gonna miss this, especially after our first picture together. AfterBuzz is the stuff.
For the people that don't see the photo, why don't you explain how that went down, Shanola?
Well, I saw you at one of the events out here in LA, and
She fell
one
in
of
love
those
with me
I fell in
instantly.
love. It was those cheeks and that smile and the gel in your hair, all of those things that make me so excited. And I grabbed you, and we took a picture, and I think my leg was somewhere on top of you,
Wrapped around him or
wrapped
something, I
around
think.
something
Yeah.
like that. It was really nice.
It's definitely
Find
shameless.
this photo.
Where's this photo at? Yeah.
That's when you're supposed to cut to the photo.
We're working on it.
But let's get right into the episode. Let's talk about Ian, Lip, and Mandy.
So last week we had an AfterBuzz prediction that it was going to be Lip's baby, and because we weren't quite sure, we were assuming, and we found out this episode that it wasn't.
Right. Well, you found out that it was her daddy's baby.
And that was a pretty big shock.
Yeah, which I thought was just a nice twist, but sick in the same right. It was just something, and I felt so bad for Mandy and her having to say it. But did you see the way she held that gun? Emma had that gun, and she was like, "I will blow your head off." And then when Lip's character was saying it's your father's, and she was like, "If you say anything, I'll kill you." I thought it was a really nice moment for her too.
Yeah, that's the second member of
let me
that
ask you
family
this.
that
I mean,
threatened him.
Yeah.
At the end of our shows, we always have predictions, and we've always been kind of predicting that it is, in fact, Frank's baby, just because it's the worst case scenario. As you're reading the scripts, and because you don't obviously get all the scripts at once, were you guys kind of predicting that too?
That Mandy's baby or that Karen's baby is Frank's baby?
All these babies.
Because the
baby
Gallaghers
going on.
have super sperm.
Right.
They do. They
We've
really
come
do.
to learn that they
Maybe
do
you
not
should try to
strap
get
it.
knocked up by them.
Well, then my PID wouldn't even exist. It's freaking Howie, the whole thing. No, well, I thought that coming back season 2 that we were going to find out that Karen was pregnant and that it was going to be Frank's baby. I thought that too. When Mandy was pregnant, I thought it was going to be Lips. I was completely surprised and grossed out at the table read is when we kind of hear all the stuff that it was her father's baby. I was gross. So, yeah, it was a nice twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I did not see that coming. Or maybe
At
I
all.
just didn't want to see that coming.
I know.
Because there was episodes before, like, he'd be walking around in, like, his underwear. And I even said it last week, because he showed up at the Gallagher's house, like, nicely dressed. I didn't even know that was Mandy's dad, because I've only seen him in underwear and all, like, scrubbed up.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and then do you remember when she was doing Little Debbie's makeup?
Yes.
And he walked by and he was like, "Who's your friend?"
Yes.
I remember
That
that.
right
We
there
knew he
was
was
a
we knew he was a pervert then.
Yeah.
Pedophile.
But what I appreciated this episode was the relationship between Lip and Ian. It's almost as if they were building the brotherly bond again. And Lip came to the rescue once again. This time Ian not protesting and allowing Lip to kind of help him in this situation with framing Mandy's father. He was down for that, but not down for Lip to help him get into the military. I don't know. All of a sudden it's okay to help him, plot murder.
I love that line. It's when they saw the guns there and they were trying to plant the gun, and then they said it's like bringing a joint to the crack house.
Right.
I wrote that down. I wrote that saying down. I loved it.
Fantastic.
Or when Mandy said to Ian, "Oh, and the Gallaghers are gonna judge me." When he kind of looked at her a little
Yeah,
funny
that's a
when
good point.
he was addressing her about the baby.
Yeah. And
But-
she had a good point there, too.
She did.
Yeah.
But did you see Ian's face was, well, you're right. No judgment here. Want to keep the baby? Okay. I thought that was also a nice moment when he was like, "You are my girlfriend," because she's really been there to play his beard. And
Yes.
for him to step up and say, "I will claim this as my child so you don't have to deal with that." I thought that was a really nice moment, and the way she kind of nestled her head up against him, it was really nice.
Yeah, it was really, there was a lot of sweet moments, and that's, I think, one of the ones that started it off, too, with that, and it was sweet, because he really loves her, but not, like, in that way.
No, not in that way. He can't get it up for her. Can you say that on this show?
You just did. It's all good.
see a lot of
Yeah,
other-
we're very graphic on here. On
I mean, we're talking
I'm
about
on
Shameless here.
Shameless.
Yeah.
But Ian's gonna help her raise the money for the abortion because he did insinuate that they're gonna abort it, right?
Yes.
Because at first he was saying that they will raise it,
Right.
But what he meant was raise the money. But I like
Yeah.
how it was a play on words, and we
Yeah.
thought that he was implying that she keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she even looked at him weird. He goes, "No, raise the money."
And I mean, I always love their relationship. I mean, just now in thinking about it, she's kind of the opposite of what Lip is. You know what I mean? Because I've never really thought of her kind of like an anchor to Ian, because obviously, Lip has always been that anchor. But really thinking back on it, and first season to now, she's also been there for him.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to kind of think of it that way too.
And then you remember, we still have the triangle that Ian doesn't even know that Lip is sleeping with her.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that's going to be
Well, he didn't want
unveiled.
to, right? Well, she was at the party and she was hitting on him.
Right, exactly. And then he was hitting it.
Yeah.
What Lip does. Every girl wants to
Right.
drop their panties for Lip.
Although he did turn down the little blonde girl that was Deb's friend.
She was like 12.
That was the first one. Yeah, but we
Yeah.
were surprised
Yeah.
that he turned her down. Don't try to act like you were surprised. You weren't surprised.
Did
You were surprised
see her with her
too.
little, I was like, little girl, put some clothes on.
Yeah, everybody on this show. Wardrobe, yeah, doesn't exist.
Poor Deb wanted to look like her.
I know.
I was like,
Poor-
those are not things you want to aspire
no,
to.
baby, no.
And poor Deb's shameless too, with her handing out the flyers of like, this is
The
whatever.
fundraiser.
Yeah, whatever the outer cause that they might be interested in.
That's what she said it was for. It's perfect.
Deb's brilliant. Every single person that she handed a flyer to, she made it applicable to how they looked and what she thought would interest them in order to get them into the bar so that they would buy cookies.
Yeah.
I don't know how she memorizes her lines, but her vocabulary is gigantic.
Well, that little girl, Emma Rose Kinney, who plays Deb, she memorizes her lines at the table read. She already has her.
What?
And we're all like, really?
Show
Show
off.
off? You have your lines memorized? So, yeah, she knows her lines.
That's a huge gift.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
She's
Deb's
super
one of
smart.
Ronnie's favorite characters on the show. He loves little Deb.
Little Deb. We'll have to bring, when she comes back to LA, I'll bring her by the studio.
Yes, you have to.
She'll love it.
Yay. He's fist pumping back there.
She'll
For those of you guys who
love
can't see him.
She's the greatest kid. I love her.
Now, this is actually something that I wanted to ask you, because we debated last episode. You told, or maybe it wasn't. I forget these episodes, but Lip came up to Kevin and said, "Hey, can I stay in your guys' house?" And you were
Yeah.
the one that said no.
Last episode.
And we debated it. Is it what was the motivation behind that? And so
Well-
since you're directly here,
Now you can ask me.
Yes.
I want to ask you, and was it obviously
hurt.
was it you more because you're Fiona's friend and she said no, or was it just for the greater good that it's better for Lip to push him out of here?
Right. Well, I think, first of all, it was very difficult for me to do that scene as Shanola because Jeremy Allen White and I are like brothers and sisters. So I would have always been like, yes, you can stay with me, Jeremy. And that was actually the first time you saw Lip's character in our house. But the motivation was to say if he has no place to go, then he'll go back home, which is where he should be. Because I know that Fiona leans on him and that Fiona needs him. He's sort of like, she's the mom and he's the dad with this group of their kids, whatever.
Yeah, family.
So their family and their family. So I was trying to, if he doesn't have a place to go, then I was thinking, you'll go back home.
Yeah.
Which he didn't.
No.
Because that rascal Steve.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know we were going to talk about Sheila after this, but why don't we tie in Steve, because it's so perfect to go off of Lip and that whole fiasco with. You actually knew his wife's real name, because we always talk to her as like the Brazilian wife. We don't actually know.
Estefania.
What is it?
Estefania.
Estefania.
Estefania. And she really does speak English in real life, Stephanie.
Is it?
And Stephanie is her real name.
Is it?
Yeah, and she's Estefania on the show.
That's fun.
She's
and she really
fantastic.
speaks so she speaks Portuguese and English.
Yes, but she speaks like she doesn't have an
Now,
accent.
is she
when
really
speaks
Brazilian?
English. I don't know the answer to that actually.
Well,
I
she
know
speaks
she's-
Portuguese, probably.
Probably. Yeah, right? She would have to be. Well, I guess she wouldn't have to be.
And then I
but-
asked you too while we were in there. I was like, "Is she as hot in person as she is on TV?" And you were like, "Yeah, definitely."
Spicy.
She's hot.
Spicy.
I had to know.
No. Here's what I'm gonna say. Because that's a rude question. Spicy. Everyone on this show is hot.
I know,
she's
but I wanted to know if
sometimes-
in person.
Yeah.
And we heard it first
Yeah,
from
she's super
Shanola
hot
that
and
she's just
super
as sizzling.
nice. Yeah, I love. Yeah, she's smoking.
She is. She gets like all these nude scenes. We see her tanning this episode
Mm-hmm.
while Lip gets to watch. I mean, that must be so hard
What
for
was
him
the
to
thing
take.
he gave at the end? He was like a thumbs up or what?
And Steve's just so cool with like lip seeing his supposed wife nude in front,
But
walking
I
around
think
the house.
I think as funny as it is that Steve lets him do that, it also just for the audience is a reminder that he really doesn't care about this girl.
Right.
He really cares about Fiona. He, obviously if Lip and Fiona weren't related, he would never let him see Fiona.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
In any fashion.
Yeah, if he really cared about the girl. That's so true, and they say that about men. If the man really cares about you, he won't let his friends talk about you.
That's
or he won't
exactly
talk
right.
about you to them.
Yeah, exactly. So I it works in that double entendre.
Yeah, definitely get that. But this episode, Steve was getting himself into a lot of trouble.
It was.
But
Such a hot
how do you
mess.
lose a body?
What are you
how do you lose a
doing?
human?
doing?
I feel like that was cruel and unusual. And why could it would have been easier just to get him a fake passport, wouldn't have, as opposed to smuggle him in a cart or.
Well, I think he's like a gangster too. I mean, there's a reason why they had to smuggle him.
And I really think that there's something with the father that would. Well, that's a prediction.
Yeah.
but yeah.
There's something
But
crazy.
Yeah, they had to hide him for some reason.
Oh, maybe wasn't the father trying to keep her maybe from
him
Marco,
or
maybe?
something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So okay,
That's
So
exactly
that's
right.
why
Lot
he's
more
hiding
sense.
him. Okay.
Yeah, but we were talking about it before. He's like stuck in this crate, like going across America. He can't even see America because there's no window.
There's no windows. And
like,
he's
where's
turning the
Marco?
cell phone off.
Poor guy.
Poor Marco.
But I love that he is doing this for Fiona in a way. As crazy as it is and as shameless as it is, I love the fact that he is balls to the wall. I want Fiona back and I'm going to do whatever it takes, even if he's trying to get his wife off of his hands. Was that his whole goal? If I give Estefania to the one that she loves, then I
Yes.
can have Fiona?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they'll still be married.
Well, technically, but then the father is not supposed to know that the love is there, and and then he wants Fiona to feel better because he's like, look, she's over there boinking this guy who she really loves, and now you and I can be together. It's just a piece of paper.
So you think that maybe Fiona will give in if...
Yes.
Oh.
That could
AfterBuzz
be, but
exclusive.
wouldn't they still have to be somewhat secret? Because doesn't Estefania think that they're cousins?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
not
think
still,
she's kind
does
of
she?
figured
She's
it
kinda
out
figured it
right
out
now.
now?
By
Okay.
now, I mean, or she doesn't really care because she
Yeah.
doesn't care about him either.
That's true.
So I think it's when it does
do-
come, she's going to be like, "Oh, you're kissing cousins," or
Well, let me ask this:
Whatever, as
how
long
much
as I don't
how
have
much
to.
knowledge does Estefania actually have? Like, she comes off like she knows nothing and she's just blind to the world. Is there some sort of conniving thing inside of her? Does she actually know like what they're saying, like character-wise?
Oh.
no, she really doesn't understand what they're saying. She really does
She's
not.
not
speak
pretending
English.
to be
No,
naive.
she's not. She really doesn't speak English. That's why you remember when she was like on the couch with the baby and saying, "I'm holding a crack baby."
Yeah, that was so hilarious. Oh my gosh, I was dying.
And it was Liam.
Yeah.
She's like, "I'm holding a crack baby."
And then what was the line she said yesterday? Like, lip, come on me, or like,
Yeah.
something?
yes,
come on me.
come on my lip, or something like that.
I come on lip.
Yeah, I come on lip. Only on Shameless. But I love that Lip is like the James Bond of Shameless because he's able to hack and get any kind of information. He makes phone calls to locate people.
Yeah.
He's doing the dirty work for Steve, of course.
He's the badass.
Yeah, and even the guy Steve said to him, whoever they're working with, they're like, this guy said that you should work for the NSA. So that comes back up again because people keep trying to push him that way.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
Me too. I just hate when there's someone that's that smart that gets caught up in this world, which happens all the time, which is why Shameless is so great because it is a reflection of what's happening. And for him to get caught up and not do anything with all that brain will be horrible.
No, it would. It would be a waste.
It would
Such a
totally be a
waste.
waste because everything that he's doing.
But I don't want him to leave the neighborhood either.
no.
Right.
You know?
No.
It's
Be
like,
successful,
I want
just
you
stay in the
here
neighborhood.
and then work for the government from here.
Don't you
Or
think?
whatever.
Don't you think that's the biggest conflict of a lot of them is moving forward with their lives and becoming, more successful within their own, career goals or whatever, but then leaving the family or
Yeah.
leaving the neighborhood. And Shameless captures that pretty good. I think that's why I always
I
come
said
back.
this. I said this last episode. And I want to get your take on it. It's what sucks for me is that I always have high aspirations for these kids, but now as I'm seeing it, I really feel like Frank could have been kind of like everyone, and then he didn't make the right choices or whatever, and I fear for these kids that might happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like when Spicy, we were watching it all together, which was really nice. It's so much fun
was. It's
watching
like a
it with
family.
fans and hearing the reactions. It was really nice. It was a different way to watch it. But Spicy, when Fiona went to do the interview and say, "I really want this job," she was like, she's not going
not
anywhere.
showing up.
She's not. It's not gonna happen. And this was before we got to the end and saw what Monica had done. And she just was like, "It's not gonna happen. It just doesn't happen for the Gallaghers." And I think it's such a recurring theme for them, unfortunately. Poor Gallagher.
I mean, even in this situation because Lip in this episode, we got kind of scared because, I did, because I thought that he was going to be able to enlist. And he wasn't able to, thank God. But at the same time, he would have left. I think that he would have left and gone on to pursue better, but he got rejected. And then the Navy rejected him, and he kept trying his luck. And nobody would
fairly
take him.
so. He's a junior. You have to get a high school diploma, boy.
But
who doesn't know that?
Of course, his mother would not know that. Monica would have no idea that he needs a high school diploma.
Monica doesn't even know the day of the week it is.
I know.
How about that, Chloe
But it
Webb?
is a reoccurring thing. It's so true.
Well, moving away from the Gallaghers for just a moment, let's talk about V and Kevin.
The balls.
Oh, my favorite.
Yes. First off, I mean, you gotta. As V, how proud of you are of Kevin to learn as he's learning to read? That's so endearing. I really love that about him.
I do too, and I love that he's taking steps to really educate himself. And I thought last week's episode where he was like, "Circle begins with a C," or "Circle doesn't begin with an S." I thought it was so great, and it's so nice to watch. And I love my little Kev.
So you guys have a real friendship?
We really do. We're actually like a married couple offset. We had chemistry reads when we were auditioning for this, and everyone always said when you walked in together, it was like you were really married. So we just have like it was a very instant connection that we had. And I'm Mama Bear on the show anyway. I'm one of the older characters older people on the show. And
but your character kind of plays into that too, though, because you are like Mama Bear on the show as well. Even with Fiona, you're always schooling her.
Yeah,
and coaching her.
I don't know what that's about. I like to take care of people. I think that's one of the things that I'm similar. V and I are similar, and we like to take care of people, and we're loyal, and we kind of have that role. So it's really nice. But Steve Howie and I have a great connection, and he protects me, especially in those scenes last season where we had a lot of sex scenes. And because you didn't see any this season, really.
You have to really trust a person to go there.
You do, yeah. And what's great about it is we get different directors each episode, so each director sometimes wants to one up the other one of like what they're going to show in the sex. And sometimes you get that feeling, but he's very protective and makes me feel safe, and we just get along really, really, really well. And we can argue, but in a way that's very like a husband and wife. And I'm like, stop it with your attitude. He's like, what? And I'm like, don't even trip,
Hey V, was it a point at all on the show to make it an interracial relationship, or did that just kind of the two best actors for the job?
Yeah, it was just really the two best actors. I don't think it was a conscious thing, and as you can see, we don't really tap on it. You hear little things here and there, like when the weed was there, and I was like, okay, there's a couple of tons of weed down here, and I'm black. You hear it then, but it was just one of those things where it was a chemistry. I think that the actor, they may have gone ethnic with the V character anyway, but I just came and ripped it up.
I mean, I can't even imagine anybody else playing it.
And you know what scene she really ripped it up on, talking about his learning to read.
Ooh.
That scene where you were not wearing very many clothes, and then you got out the shears.
Yes.
That was a tough scene. That was a tough.
I thought you were talking about the Post-its.
That's what I was thinking. The Post-its.
That's my favorite scene.
I thought Ronnie was gonna go for the go.
Every guy in America is now afraid of me. I can't even like do my yard anymore with garden shears because of that scene. They all
You're a
think
bad
you're crazy.
girl. You're a bad mama jamma.
And listen, I would do that, okay? If I thought someone was cheating, let my husband try me. Try me.
Well, let me ask you, what is the ultimate, what is Kevin and V's kind of goals? We obviously know that Kevin wanted to open up the bar and all that. Now you guys kind of wanted kids, but there's the problem of, in this episode, what is it?
PID.
PID.
Yeah.
And what does that stand for? Did we ever figure it out?
Pelvic inflammatory disease.
Yeah.
It was between disease and disorder.
Disorder or dysfunction. We know.
Which doesn't mean that you absolutely can't have kids. It just means it's more difficult. I think that the goals are, the thing about Kevin and Veronica is you see they're more of that stability on the show. They are in love and in a place where they're just living. They're not really going after much. She's educated. She could do pretty much anything she wants to do. But so she has a lot of odd jobs. I think that right now their goal really is to start a family. Whatever that means. Is it going to be with the foster child, which is what we caught at the end where I said there's a lot of kids who need homes. And so I think that's what you'll see for season 3. Since we've been picked up.
There you go.
I love the adoption this season with you guys and Ethel.
Yes, I love Ethel.
The fact that Kev completely loved her, wanted to 100% adopt her, and then you were kind of hesitant, but I love the fact that it was so much him that he embraced her. I thought that was so great.
Yeah, especially because you see him, he's this big guy, and you think he's macho, but he's really the teddy bear. And it's so nice.
But you see that oftentimes in his relationship with Ian, because he's with Lip. I'm sorry, Lip, because he's always in Lip's ear playing Papa Bear, the way that you are playing Mama Bear to Fiona, and those are the two heads of the Gallagher household that are always running things. So it's you guys kind of telling them and schooling them all the time.
Exactly. Yeah,
Which
it's really
is
nice
because then they have someone.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't have
They
you
don't have
guys,
parents.
they
You guys are
wouldn't
their
have
parents.
anybody. So it's always, I've always loved the economy of you guys.
Me
Like,
too.
Especially when something's going on, you guys come over with pizza and beer.
Yeah. Always say, where's the party at? We're here.
He's like, why weren't we invited?
Exactly.
So can I say that last episode I predicted that you weren't going to be able to be pregnant, or that you weren't going to be able to get pregnant, and that you guys were going to try to adopt Karen's baby.
Oh.
I don't know how close on I am to that
Really?
prediction, but
That's
the
2
first one
episodes
came.
left.
The first one came true that you wouldn't be able to have children as of yet.
Should we go rewrite it if that doesn't happen?
If it doesn't happen, talk to the writers. That's a good
Right.
prediction, though.
What's their Twitter? I'm going to tweet at them.
Yeah. They're shameless writers.
I will say when we had Zach on the show, I think you said that, and his eyes went, and then just went. He goes, "I'm not
Yeah, he
saying
wouldn't give us
anything."
anything. He would not feed into it.
I mean, it's a good prediction. I'm not sure what will happen. We have 2 more episodes to see.
do.
It could take a completely twist from that altogether.
Oh,
Who knows?
so she
I
might
don't
get
know.
pregnant. I don't know. I'm
knows?
throwing it out there. I don't know.
Crazy. Just all of a sudden, that happens to people. They go to adopt because they think they can't have kids, and then they end up pregnant. So they have 2 kids at once, and this wasn't in the plan.
Oh yeah,
Who knows?
because they took all that stress off them.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of craziness, let's move on to Sheila.
Sheila.
And start in her
My
hospice.
favorite.
And her success rate of 1 for 1.
Oh, all I can say for Sheila is, oh my God! Every single time Sheila comes on the screen.
And she made that mistake, right? She's like, my success rate is 1
1
for
for
1.
1. She said that.
Wait, the fact that she was volunteering to kill him off once again, her first real patient, because you can't really consider Grammy a patient because she was doing a favor to Frank.
Right.
But this is her first real patient, and she's already plotting and planning or volunteering to kill them. I'm like, Sheila.
Again, she has because the notion of hospice is that you're supposed to give care for the patient. Where you're not necessarily giving them pain meds, or you actually give them more pain meds, even though there's a lot of disadvantages and cause them to die quicker or whatever. I'm verbalizing it completely the wrong way.
I know, but that's right.
Yeah, and so, but I think she has that idea of so they die sooner.
Yeah,
so great, that's my goal.
She thinks that she's like their angel here on earth, and I'm taking you out of your misery. Remember, there was a nurse that was doing that one time.
Oh, really?
The angel of death, or
Yeah.
the angel of no, I think it was the angel of death.
Angel of
yeah.
Death.
Yeah,
And
back a few years ago.
she got really in a lot of trouble,
Oh, yeah, I think she
sued
went
or
to
whatever, went to
prison.
prison or
Yeah.
whatever. But so she really thinks that if they come to her, then this is how she'll help them meet their maker.
Well, Grammy told her in the
to the
before she
light.
died that it was okay.
Yes.
If I give you permission, then you won't go to jail. It's not considered murder.
Yes.
So I think she really believed that and
Yes.
educated. She should have binged it, but just to double
Yeah.
check.
Yeah.
But I think that she
Binged
really
it.
believes that in her mind. Yeah.
That was good.
Just to double check before she started volunteering. But
Yeah.
but creme brulee for your house guest. I thought that she was
That's-
awesome.
That
Only
sounds
Sheila.
awesome to me.
I love the sign language in that when he was like, dude, you can't talk like that. She is a lady.
That's the other thing. There's different layers to Jody,
Jody.
showing up. Because, even I think I said when he was building that thing, I'm like, is he building a hut? And then you see the tent next to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no. And then he walks into the house and he starts talking sign language. And you're like,
Yeah.
all right. It's
Jody's
What a
smarter
great
than we
character.
think.
Yeah, he is really smart. Oh, and
I love that he was singing outside of the house, and there was this question, well, who's he singing
Right.
to now?
Exactly.
Is he singing to Karen? No, he's singing to Sheila now. It's so funny.
He just channeled all his energy and love and just gave it all to Sheila, and she's embracing it.
He is. By the way, any chance that V and Sheila get together and they start their own hospice?
Wouldn't that be great?
That's my
I don't know, but I'm gonna
season
suggest
3.
that.
Yeah.
Do you need credit for that? Do I have to pay you
No,
for that?
no, please.
I'll just come back and talk about
I'd
it.
be
Just send the
happy if that
writers
just
here.
came true.
We have to really make sure we archive this date that you came up with the storyline, and then when it appears next season,
Yep.
you can take credit.
No, I'll just comment on it on the after
Like,
show.
just by the by.
As Phil's manager for today, I think he wants to cut a percentage,
Oh.
20%.
And Spicy speaks, okay? She's like, no, he'll
She's
take that cut.
Call our lawyers.
That's why she's spicy.
No, but wouldn't that be nice? I mean, you go both have that sort of. I mean, well, she has the aspiration, you have the knowledge.
Yeah, that
So-
would be actually really great. I'm going to suggest that.
And that means that you guys get to work together.
I know. I
And
don't
I
get
just
to work
love
near.
her.
Oh, I love
She-
Joan Cusack. She's my favorite.
I'll get off on a tangent.
Me
about
too.
her, 'cause I
Honey,
just
she
love
took
her.
me to school. There was one scene that we did. Remember when she did that monologue with Louise Fletcher and she was doing the toast?
Yes.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had to, you do several takes of the same scene, and I'm watching it, and she has these subtle shifts, and she was so good. There was a moment where I was not Veronica, I was Shanola in acting class like this. Oh, that's how it's done. Okay, bravo, Shields.
She's just
Joan
so
Cusack's
good.
amazing,
She nails it every single
and she's the
time.
loveliest person, which makes it even better.
She is. And speaking of, well, lovely but unlovely, let's talk about Monica.
Oh, Monica.
Monica
Bless her
has-
heart. That's how you say it in the South.
Crazy.
Bless her heart.
That is exactly
She
how you
is.
say
She's
it.
she's ruining everybody's life. She's disrupting everything. I'm sorry.
Well,
and I'm
what
angry
sucks
that
is that-
she's back.
It sucks that she's this kind of, spark of lightning, hope. And then, the symbolism there is that, there is no hope.
Yeah.
We're stuck together. We have to kind of, if we're ever to move forward, it has to be on our own terms. No one else is going to really help us.
You can't depend on your parents, no matter. And what's so crazy about it is as an audience and as fans, you are looking at these kids enjoying their time with their mom, and you're looking at Fiona getting a glimpse of what her life could be like if she just had someone, a parent in the
Right.
house, and you're rooting for them and saying, "Yay, good! Look at you spending time with mommy, and you're being so great." And yeah, shampoo the rug, crackhead. It's just
Hey, it's Coke.
you want to be so excited for them, and then it all hits the fan.
And
Well,
she-
well,
Go ahead.
I was going to say this. I felt they were in trouble as soon as her and Frank were talking. She was like, let's have another baby.
Oh,
This one
God.
can be, they were talking about how this kid was on the acid kid, and this was the E kid, and
Drugs
this was the
they
coke.
took.
How did and she remembered each kid by the drug she took.
Right. Now I don't know what drug was that this episode that
I was
she
like,
was
how do
saying.
you have the brain cells to even remember
Remember
that?
what
when she's
you're a
high every
druggie.
single time. But she mentioned a new drug that I hadn't heard of before.
Oh, GHB.
Oh,
they were
okay.
going to create a baby this time on GHB.
What is
That's
that?
the
Yeah, I
growth
have
hormone?
no idea what that is.
No, that's HCG. That's human.
Oh, you know your
drugs,
drugs, girl.
No judgment.
No judgment.
No judgment on the Shameless AfterBuzz show.
New York.
So we don't know what it is, though?
GHB.
I don't even
that's
drink,
one
so
know.
I definitely
We'll
don't
Google
know.
it or I'm sorry, Bing it, and make sure we get back.
Hey, Ronnie,
to
can you
our
find out
fans.
what is it? GHB?
Bing it.
GHB,
Bing it.
yeah,
Bing
Bing.
it.
All right,
Bing
Ronnie
it.
will figure that out
Bing
for
here.
us.
It's
But-
like they mix it with other things too. Like it's one of
Oh, so
those
it's a little bit
drugs. Like
acid
you
mixed
mix
with
it
stuff.
with
Okay.
other drugs.
Let me tell you, it's always the sweet ones that come out
Yeah.
and show you a new side, because this one here has been so quiet and sweet like a teacher, and then all of a sudden, no, girl, see what you do is you mix it with something, always the sweet one.
It happens.
She's the one we got to be looking for. Well, in this particular episode, Monica, well, not this particular one, every single episode, but this one, Monica is once again trying to show her affection to the kids and win them over by doing something small for each one of them.
Small.
And is at the same time ruining their lives. She lets Carl drive. Mm-hmm. How do you, as a parent, even condone that? And
She was high.
But she told.
Yeah.
We heard her tell him no.
And
And then we see them in jail.
and then you find out he was the one driving. And then the American Girl dolls. Remember who said it while we were watching it?
Dorinda
is that an
did.
American doll?
Yeah, those are expensive.
Those
Dorinda, how much
dolls
are those dolls?
expensive.
They're $100 to $125 a piece.
Seriously.
The clothes. I don't know if you've ever been to American Girls doll, and I'll stop talking about American Girls. I have two nieces. That's why. They have you go into these stores. They have hospitals, beauty salons. Like each thing you go into these stores,
very intricate.
and they each have a story. They each have a name, and they're $100 a piece. And I think Debbie had like 10 of them.
Yeah, or more. And then she was like, "There's another load."
Yeah.
And that's how Monica got out of jail.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Because of the
That was
resale.
smart. They bought those American
How
dolls.
great is it to see how much they'd saved in the Squirrel
Oh,
Fund? Wasn't
that was
they
the
really
hardest
worked
part.
hard for the summer to make it through the winter
that-
and to see the amount of money. It was like, I remember you were
that
cringing
whole-
when she
No,
went
we
to
were
find the
all like-
Crisco
When
thing.
she found that, because I hate thieves, and so for you to take money that is not yours, in addition, you're taking it from your family.
Yeah.
The audacity. You have no right to take that money. You knew it wasn't yours, and then you go and blow it on drugs with Frank, and you take the baby. I don't understand what, and you put
The
him in the
Benjamin
back
Buttons baby.
seat of the car without a. What is the little baby sitting?
The baby's
car
sitting
seats.
Car seats,
Car
that's
seats.
He's
We
sitting
should talk
in
about
between seats.
the Benjamin Button
I
baby
heard
though.
you.
That's so funny.
Oh,
What
What's
do you
his name?
mean?
The baby-
Liam?
the
Yeah, that's
baby-
aging backwards?
yes,
What are
you
you
called
talking
him
about?
Benjamin Button.
I
like
get
a
one
little-
more tweet about changing the baby. It's
Are people just really?
They're going crazy like he's darker and what is he aging
does look different.
backwards?
Doing the Vivian
It
Banks thing
is.
from Fresh Prince
You
of
heard it
Bel-Air.
here
yeah.
first
I
on
know.
AfterBuzz TV. Yes, the baby is different. Well, what happens is there's only 4 months technically that's supposed to be a lapse between the seasons, and when you see them, and our first babies who were fantastic, just were so big and talking and just way outside of what
They were talking. They were like, "Cut."
They're like, excuse me, cut. Can we do a take? Can I get another take over here? Hey, makeup, and so we had to Benjamin Buttons the baby.
the fans are upset about that.
They
Yeah,
are. They're like, why is that baby so black?
we noticed
They said
that
they like
too.
it so. Did y'all see?
We were like,
They're
what happened to the baby?
Do they realize that he is quickly? Someone said, do they realize that the baby is quickly turning not interracial into an interracial baby at all? He's just getting darker and darker. No one's gonna buy this.
Well, they must have been
Fans, you
twins
gotta
that
look
auditioned
past
the
that.
best.
It's a show.
It's a show, and
let it-
and our new babies are fantastic. They're the best babies and cute.
Well, to wrap up Monica, let's talk about Fiona and the heartbreak she felt. It was tough because as before she said, Lip and Ian are her anchor, and Lip's kind of, I'm gonna say for lack of a better term, shit the bed.
Yeah,
And now he's here to yell at her,
yeah.
and that
So how
Dagger.
powerful were Jeremy and Emmy in that scene? They were
Yeah.
They were
so
fantastic.
good. That was so sad. I was crushed because she just came from a run.
Well,
and the
yeah.
interview and she just got her feet back and she was ready
She
to
found
go.
hope.
She found hope.
And then she lost it instantly.
Well,
Gallagher.
and this is what Monica did to and I'm bringing it back to Monica because it does go into
Sure.
it goes into this is each child she did with each child she gave them a little bit of hope. She gave them something that she thought that they wanted, like even with Carl with the driving, and she gave Fiona what she wanted with. Go out, go do, have Fiona time.
Yeah.
Get back to Fiona. And so she was doing that. She believed her, even though I was surprised she didn't see the house falling down around her, which I would figure that she would notice. But I think she got so sucked into it.
She did.
And when it all came down and she saw the Squirrel Fund was gone and Lip was yelling at her, it was awful.
And when
I
she said,
teared
"Mom,
up.
get up," when she was like, "Mom, get up," and
Yeah.
she's pitiful.
What I thought was interesting was that the same person who abandoned the family because he didn't want to take responsibility is the same person who came back to confront her for having not been home all
That's
day
right.
to trust Monica with the family and the household. How could Lip punish her or blame her for it when he was so quick to run out?
yeah.
Well, he felt forced out. Remember, the
Oh, the
Gallaghers are
ultimatum.
so stubborn. So they get a head full of steam and they're like, well, fuck it. Then I'm leaving. Then you want to give me an ultimatum, then I'm going to go. But what's great about it and what you see with this family is no matter what happens, they all come back to when it's
Full
a
circle.
crisis. They all come and band together. And he was right there as soon as that cop said, because really Lip was in a space where he was like, what are you doing with Monica? And he would have been like, oh, she's in jail? Holler. And kept walking. But
Right.
he ran right away, ran to get the money to get his mom out of jail. So
Which I found it very interesting that it was Lip that found the squirrel money gone. And I thought that was really poetic, to be honest, because he was the first one telling everyone,
Yeah.
this is going to happen, guys. This is going to happen. And then he finds it, and he's crushed, too.
Oh, that's a great point because he
Yeah.
was the one who was saying, "Keep her away from me. Like, do not let her
Exactly.
back." And then she takes the money. And you saw Fiona break down in that moment when she's kicking the washing machine, and she's just at that point hopeless.
Yeah.
And she just admits defeat by cleaning the house. She's like, I'm not even going to go to this managerial 9 p.m. job.
And when she took the jacket off, that's when you knew. She took that jacket off and she folded it up and got the kitchen back together, girl.
But you were so proud of her. Well, your character V was so proud of her when you saw that she was looking up colleges and she was looking up like programs that she can be doing, and so that she could graduate. And I just thought that was like a touching moment because what you were saying actually penetrated her.
Yeah, it does. Well, that's the thing. Veronica's opinion really matters to her and to the kids, and I think she really wants to see, she knows the potential of this family, Veronica, and she knows Fiona's potential and her passion and really just wants to push her and say, go, 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 go. So,
like you're her fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she,
number one cheerleader.
Exactly.
Not that Jasmine girl, that whatever friend that
I
was.
was just going to say, I love that you did it like Amy Smart.
Friend.
That was Amy Smart, right?
We were on your side all season with that one.
She was up to no
Go
good.
sit down, Jasmine, somewhere. Yes, no.
That's right. Well, listen, guys, let's take a quick commercial break. I'm trying to just keep it shorter just because we obviously want to talk to you and about Shameless specifically and your character and then, your career. If there's anything that we didn't discuss that you fans feel should be discussed, follow AfterBuzz TV, tweet with us, email us at info@AfterBuzzTV, and then tweet with us individually. We'll, we'll talk more.
We'll holler.
Ad nauseum, we'll do it.
Definitely.
Commercial break.
That's right. So
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
welcome back. We see Shanola checking in.
That's right.
She's
Lipstick on the
flawless,
teeth. That is
like
not cute.
always. I wish you guys could see this green dress. If you want to see the green dress she has, check out her Twitter and look at the fabulous body that she is sporting.
It really is
and
awesome.
I want to know how hard you work out in order to be able to wear clothing like that.
Well, I do work out a lot. I don't eat very well at all, but I work out. I get up about 4:15 in the morning. I'm at the gym at 4:30.
Whoa,
that's dedication.
Yeah, it sounds better than it is. I go back to bed after. I mean, I'm not just up for the day. I go to the gym. I do my meditation. No, I get in the shower and I go to sleep. Yeah, unless I'm working. If I'm working, then I go to the gym before work at 4:30, and then I'll take little naps in my trailer. Which is
what's a typical work day then?
Work day as far as
hours
out when I go to Shameless?
Yeah, like on the Shameless set, you wake up at 4.
Wake up at 4. If I have a 6 a.m. call, so I'll wake up at 4, go to the gym, wash up a little bit in the trailer, get hair and makeup, and then I'm probably there, depending on how many scenes we have to do that day. You can be there from up to 12 hours. Our set is a very well-oiled machine, so we don't do a bunch of overtime.
Well, sounds like it. I mean, you have John Wells running the whole thing, so it trickles down.
Yeah, like we don't even have sides on our set. So you have to know your lines when there's no sides at all.
Wow.
He does not play, honey.
And for people that may not know what sides are and what is the importance of sides and not having sides?
Well, because you're shooting out a sequence, usually you'll have sides to tell you what your lines are for that day and what scene you're shooting and what you're supposed to say. So generally when you go on a set, you have the sides and you're doing rehearsals on the actual set and doing blocking, and you have a piece of paper in your hand with your lines on it, but we do not even print them out.
So you memorize that at home?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So not even in the trailer?
I mean, if you want to bring your script in the trailer, you can, but
So
Most
is
of us
your
have it
husband
memorized
running
at home.
lines with you at home?
No, he is not
Is he
that
pretending
helpful.
to be pretending to be Kev?
No, he's not that helpful. I try to get him. He's like, oh, I'm playing Madden, which he's probably doing right now if I know him. He is so addicted to this freaking Madden game that he used to be my TV buddy, but now my dear friend Laura, well, she and I always we
Laura from the show? Or
no, another Laura
Another
Breckenridge,
Laura.
who's fabulous. But she and I will text message because we watch everything, Revenge and Once Upon a Time, Marvel, Smash, everything.
shows
Okay,
as well.
all AfterBuzz shows. That's why I'm trying to come back. You know, I'm trying to get a damn job at AfterBuzzTV.com. I think I'd be great on this show.
Submit your resume.
I mean, I'm submitting. Damn, Spicy didn't even give me the job right away. She was like,
Yeah.
"I'll answer for you, ho."
We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it.
But so my husband has ditched me for this freaking Madden game, so he doesn't run lines with me. No.
Who do you run lines with anybody, or just Kevin?
He and I don't even really run lines before unless it's a really big
Oh,
scene.
wow, really?
We usually get on the set and just kind of do it. I remember he's gonna kill me for this story, but I remember
Good, give it up.
we were doing the auditions and we were at the last part where you're doing mix and match. So there's 2 or 3 girls for my part and there's 3 guys. And so the girls were kind of grabbing guys and saying, do you want to run the scene before we go in and do the audition? And I went up to Steve Howie and I was like, do you want to run the scene? I don't run scenes. I like it to be organic. I was like, boy, please sit your ass down somewhere. But his organic approach worked because we really had great chemistry.
And you guys hit it off.
And
so now you guys do it like that every single time.
Yeah.
So he set you up right then.
He
He knew what he
did.
was talking about. Because you guys nail it on the money. I'm sorry. That Post-it scene by far, out of all your scenes, seems like that would have been the hardest. Everybody's eyes are on you and you have to walk out butt naked
I don't care.
and still run your lines.
Yeah, no, that doesn't bother me at all.
Well, with that body,
No,
of course not.
but like,
She's like, I was confident.
No, because I walk around like I'm not like if I wish we were more European, like we could all walk around naked.
I would like that too.
Like I like bottoms on. Like I don't want to see anybody's hoo-ha. Like that's not cute
I love
to
that
me.
you call it hoo-ha.
But
I love that on the show too.
But like topless, I think it would be it's so freeing just to be like, oh, I'm free. Yeah, walk around. That's what I would love.
We'll try that next time you're on the show. Everybody just
A
show up naked.
topless.
Let's
And
just all
then we
do
can
it.
put the bars
Let's just
over
all
it.
do it
Yeah.
naked. Yeah.
Ronnie,
We'll
get
have
working on that.
AfterBuzz bar right
We'll do a
here.
little AfterBuzz logo.
Right,
And then all the Twitter
right
followers have to like watch us nude, and then they have to send pictures. No, never mind.
I love how
Y'all get real freaky out
I
there.
love how we didn't even come up with this idea. This was Shanola, ladies and gentlemen. It gets real
You're
shameless
welcome.
in the AfterBuzz studios, just so you know.
So for Shameless, like how did you first hear about it? Obviously, it's a British show. Did you? We know a lot of people didn't watch the British show. Are you in that camp as well?
I'm in the camp where I didn't watch it before I heard about it. It was an agent that I had at the time said, "Oh, there's this really great part in the show that I think you would be great for," and I was like, "Oh yeah, right. I'm going to be great for a part." Because you hear that all the time as an actor. He was like, read the script and let me know what you think, and we're going to set up an appointment. And at the time, I was actually working on another show called Miami Medical, which didn't make it. But anyway, so I was playing a nurse, and I read it, and I said, oh, what is this show?
Yes.
It's so different. It doesn't fit into any category, and this part is so good. And I saw myself like really playing it, and then I watched the pilot of the UK version because I couldn't really get a sense of the rhythm because it is so different. And I said, oh, this is good. I have to play this. And then the audition came while I was actually on set shooting. But what's great about this, and this is how I knew this is what I was meant to do, this particular job, is because when you're on set shooting and you're already working, you can't escape to go to an audition. It's just you just can't because everything in LA is so spread out.
Right.
If I'm in Burbank, usually the audition would be in Culver City.
Don't touch the
but
101 or
it
the
don't-
405.
You can't. So you can't. There's no way physically that you can get there and get back in time to finish shooting. But this audition happened to be on the same lot that I was shooting the show that I was on. So,
Wow, that's like kismet.
so the setups take about 30 minutes to set up when they're changing the
No.
angles. So the PA would drive me in a golf cart and I would change from my nurse's uniform into Veronica gear because everybody knows what the Veronica
Yes.
is. So I'm literally driving on the Warner Brothers lot changing in the golf cart, like jeans, taking off the thing and going in, and I'm running in them. And they knew I was working on the show, so they got me in right away. And I was like, listen, you either want me or you don't. Let's keep it moving.
Okay.
Done.
Just like Veronica.
And then I ran back and did Miami Medical. And I really think that's why I got the role, because I was already working and I wasn't nervous because I didn't have time to be. But it's a super fun story. And I had to go back like 6 times to get the part.
Was 6 times?
Not even tripping. Seriously. It was the longest process. But we later found out that John Wells said the reason why he had us come so many times is he wasn't just casting good actors. He wanted a group that was going to have a synergy. And we are such an amazing family, and he knows what he's doing. That's why he's the man.
He is. He's a great showrunner.
And we really love each other. And Chicago is our time where I call it camp, because we're just all staying in the same hotel and we eat together and everything. And we're working and partying together. It's just the best family. I love my shameless people.
Well, you guys were celebrating a birthday last night, weren't you?
Yes.
Whose birthday was it?
It was Bill Macy's birthday, and it was so much fun. He had a dinner at the house, and his wife Felicity, she hosted this great party. It was really fun because David Mamet was there, and I'm a theaters person, so I was going crazy. I was like, "Hi, Mr. Mamet, I wrote a paper about you," and we had to get up and say stuff or sing or do a poetry. And Cameron did a song on his guitar because you had Cameron in, and so he wrote this really funny song about Bill. And I got up and did like this poem where I like sing gospel at the end of it.
Oh, wow.
Don't trip. That's right.
I would love a sample later if we have time.
Yeah.
Oh, she can sing too. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Next time, I'll save some for so I can come back, so you invite me back.
It's funny because I feel like Shanola, you do it all. You know,
Yes.
she's very, serious about the craft. You know, she was talking about studying acting, and then she's just, free with it and watches the reality shows just like the rest of, she sings, she does everything. I feel like a theme song for her, you guys. I don't know. I was just gonna play this and see if she reacts to it.
Hold on.
What is
You
Ronnie
better
have
be
for
right,
us
Ronnie,
back
because
there?
I'm going to send her in there if you're wrong about this
I'll come
theme
in that
song.
booth. I will come in that booth.
Ronnie, what you got for us?
It's
Shanola's
coming.
definitely not quiet. I don't know if this is...
The silent
It's the
song?
silent.
Is this the artist?
In the meantime, let us hear your voice while we're waiting for the song to tune up.
Can you play the song? What the hell are you doing?
Well, one thing that came out of Ronnie, it was that you work so hard. What other projects have you got going on?
Oh, one thing that's really exciting is I'm going to be on Criminal Minds April 11th. I got a really great guest star on that, which is really nice because when you're able to go on other shows as a guest, you're able to play a role that no one will imagine me in the role that I'm playing on Criminal Minds. No one. Shameless fans are going to be like, Veronica, what are you acting like that for? It's going to be,
Really?
it's so good. So it's really and as an
Can you give
actress
us
to
a
be.
hint? What you're gonna be playing? Just a little one.
I love
She's
Criminal
very
Minds.
different from Veronica. And that's all I can say.
Dang it, now I gotta tune in.
Because they
I gotta
keep me
TiVo
from telling too much.
See,
but-
Spicy.
but-
The reason
April 11th.
Spicy always wants the
You're good.
spoilers. I'm a true
I
fan.
like
I'm like,
the
don't tell me the
spoilers.
spoilers.
I
I like
like
to
to
see
know.
it. No, but that
I read
just
the end of
ruins
books.
it.
Wait,
I want
I
to see it.
do.
I will be
I
I
watching.
thought-
also, I also don't need a spoiler.
Question.
Go
I have
ahead,
a
Dorinda.
question. Did you work with Shamar Moore?
I did very closely.
What was he like?
Very closely. I'm just kidding. No, Shamar Moore is fantastic. He actually was one of my favorite people. Everyone on that set was nice, but
Yeah.
Shamar is handsome, as I know, ladies. I mean, to me, he's really just Shamar, but I mean, he's cute. I mean, if you like that kind of thing.
If you like perfection at all.
Or whatever. But he's one of the loveliest people and down to earth. And he's not like that cocky actor guy. Because
yeah.
who wants that? It's like, don't talk to me when you doing push-ups before you walk. Stop it. Cut it. So no, he's really great. Everyone there is great. I'm excited about it.
Oh, nice.
All right, so I'm ready for the song.
All right, let's do the song.
I
Me
think
too.
here.
Let's attempt number 2. There we go.
Hey, go.
You know we have a dance floor.
Get up on the dance floor.
No, the dance floor's over there though.
Bam, bam.
Shanola. Get it. Work it.
You can stand up if you want.
Spicy, go take
Where's
take
the
Shanola
dance
to the
Do I
dance
gotta
floor.
take her?
Take her to the
Okay,
dance
come
floor.
on. I'll shake my booty with her.
Little something for y'all.
All right, and I know Ronnie is gonna kill me, and we know Shanola can't give us any predictions and spoilers. So why don't Dorinda and I do predictions while they dance? You guys gotta go over there though. More over there. Ronnie, can we see them? I hope you're getting this on camera.
We're working overtime, yes.
You better be getting this, Ronnie.
I see it.
All right, Spicy, you're coming up, Shanola. There we go. Go to the bird's eye view. There we go.
There, I got that view.
Oh my
Look at
goodness.
that body.
Oh
Look at that body.
All right.
I hope you guys heard Phil tell me to get out the way so that he can look at Shanola's ass.
No, I was doing it for the fans. I was doing it for the
For the
fans.
Thank you for doing that, though. See what I'm talking about?
I
She
love
just
my
has
fans.
fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's so important.
Aww.
All right. Well,
I'm glad that was the right
Fun.
song, you know?
I know that was a good one.
There you go.
Now I'm
Look
all
at that
hot.
body.
I'm getting too old.
Oh no, girl, you were hot before.
All right.
Unfortunately, our time is almost up. So, but I do want to say this. Is there anything that you want to share with the world? Something that you've never gotten to share with anybody else in terms of you're dying to get it out there?
No.
No.
But you mentioned
Because I'm an open book.
What about the fundraiser you mentioned earlier?
I do have a charity that I support, Art of Elysium, and it's a really great charity because it allows you to be able to be very hands-on. I was after dancing. I was out of breath.
At 4:30 a.m.
Workout
workout there.
I need to do more cardio. But Art of Elysium is really great if you're looking for a charity to get involved in where you can sort of go in to the hospitals and pick a day and pick a time. That's one of those great ones where you can be involved in. It's not just about financially supporting them, but you can actually volunteer your time. So it's one of the big ones for me.
So if people wanted to get involved, where would they go?
artofelysium.org.
How do you spell Elysium?
Art of Elysium. ELYSIUM. Yeah, look it up.
And you know, we got
Dang
another question for you. We're hoping that you are part of Team Manuff.
She's
Have
part
you
of
Team
heard?
Manuff.
Have you heard of the
Don't
Team
trip.
Manuff?
Don't trip. Didn't I tell you I watch everything? Dancing with the Stars is about to be on and popping, and Maria is gonna kill it. Team Manuff! Team Manuff! Team Manuff! Team Manuff!
Team Manuff!
And I can't wait to see. I can't wait for them to do their sexy dance together because that's a sexy hot couple.
Oh, they're gonna kill it. They're on
she's
fire.
so beautiful, and he's really handsome too.
That's right. Well, Ronnie, take us into predictions for next week, and this is where Shanola, you got to either give us spoilers or.
I'm looking at her face expressions. I'm gonna see how she
Okay.
reacts.
All
Predictions, Ronnie?
Predictions
She didn't even give us a
time. Let's
prediction or
go.
something.
Where am I
And now, your
My poker
AfterBuzz TV.
We're gonna find, based off her reaction, we're gonna figure something out. Who wants to give predictions? Spice, you're really good with predictions.
You know, I've kind of been hitting on the money a little bit, I will say. Okay, my prediction that, well, we kind of saw in the previews for next week. I'm not sure if this
It's the next two
episode.
episodes. They previewed the next two
Okay,
episodes.
so Karen isn't gonna have the baby next one because we didn't really see Karen this episode.
I feel like we saw a lot of season finale type stuff. We still
Okay.
any of the setup stuff that's going to be next episode, but any like the birth and Lip going into the hospital.
So you think
I
the
feel like
birth is
that's
the last of the season finale?
kinda.
Okay, because I was gonna predict that the baby's gonna be black. But and can I just say really quick that I love the fact that you have so many jokes that are like you said earlier that your role wasn't like based on the fact that of ethnicity at all, but you'll say that you don't want Ethel with Malik. What'd you call him?
uneducated black.
An educated black. Yeah, I thought that was like hilarious.
Just the black ones that have babies at 14 and probably can't read.
But they give you lines that actually seem like you're just really speaking your mind on the show, and I love that.
I love that
think it's
too.
hilarious
and not stereotypical lines.
Yeah,
that you
not
would hear.
stereotypical. You're not playing a stereotypical
Great
role.
writers.
Anyways, back to predictions. I'm sorry, I had to give her some kudos on the
Thank
back.
you, so hot.
So I think the baby's gonna be black, and also I think that we're gonna see. We predict that Ian's gonna go back to school and come back into the household, but that
You mean Lip?
Lip. Yeah, I'm sorry. Lip is gonna come back into the household, but that Monica is gonna get back on her meds and come to the realization that she doesn't want to be there with the family again. I think she's obviously gonna leave them.
I think she's gonna shit the bed. I mean, she's gonna die.
You think she's gonna die?
Well, yeah, I
I think
predicted
that's
that.
the. Go ahead. What do you?
Why
I
you gotta kill
predicted
Monica
that
off?
last week. I'm still keeping with that prediction, to be honest, because it's getting dark. It's gonna go dark. I have a feeling because her
'cause the
lows are
gunshot,
gone,
you
and
said
then the
that.
gunshot.
I do remember that.
And something's gonna happen. I mean, I would like to be on a
I kinda-
lighter.
I kinda don't
but
think
I kind
it's-
of think
it's gonna go
something.
dark.
Yeah,
I kind of don't think it's going to be death. I think as we always think the edgiest thing is going to be that someone's going to die. We've already got a really good death thing this early on season when
Grammy?
Dottie, and Dottie, the Dottie one was for me the biggest. Whoa!
But
I
here's
can't
the
believe-
here's the thing. You know,
I don't think we need a death.
Dottie.
to be
Death can always be
Dottie.
cliched. All these things can be
Oh,
cliched.
Dottie.
Whereas Shameless always takes these things, and it's always the context, and the context with which they
true.
fill it, is never a cliche,
Yeah.
and that's why the show is so brilliant.
I think that they are going to find Marco. Fingers are crossed.
Polo.
I
That I'll
think-
give away. Yes.
Marco.
They are going to find Marco?
They're gonna find Marco dead. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
man.
Everybody's dying.
Dang,
Everyone's dead.
It's a big
But
shootout.
the show doesn't need anyone to die. That's what I think is so exciting about it. Like I don't, in my predictions, go to that cliffhanger for the next season. I don't need anyone to die. It's that good of a show. That's all I was saying.
You don't have to kill anybody
I'll
else.
give you
I
one
like it when people
spoiler.
die.
One spoiler.
Okay, give it to us.
Jenna Elfman is coming to guest star,
That's very cool.
Nice.
and she's gonna play a role that's gonna be good.
Okay, I'm about to
Spoiler
start
alert.
singing that right now.
All right, Ronnie.
I'm now fired.
I want to
No, just kidding.
All right, Ronnie, take us out of here.
Is it already time?
Oh, I'm so bummed.
All
I
right,
know.
Shanola, you're gonna come back though at some point.
You better have
talk
me
about
back.
the mob wives, or talk about
Don't trip. Drita better go sit down somewhere.
I seen on your
You
Twitter.
should come on to Revenge.
Revenge. I'm
Yeah, you should
obsessed.
come on to
Anything. I'm
Revenge.
really a
Thank you,
TV-aholic.
Shanola. We do
Bad
enjoy
Girls
it.
Club. Y'all do that too. I love.
We do
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
Oh,
We
no,
do
they're fine.
60
Oh, yeah,
shows.
bye. That's right. Can I just talk about Bad Girls Club as you're taking me out?
Go. You're good.
I'm
You
so
got a minute.
aggravated that they're coming on. And they start fighting for no reason. What are the twins doing this year?
We're gonna have to get the
You
Bad
gotta-
Girls
you gotta
Club.
You
tune
better
into our
tune
after show.
into
I'm
AfterBuzz
so
TV for the juice.
aggravated with
Shanola,
her.
we'll have you call tomorrow and talk with the
Let's
Bad
see.
Girls Club
Oh my
because they go in on the twins.
Do they go in on the twins?
Sometimes, yeah.
I wish they would. With the sponge. Remember when they made a SpongeBob drawing of the back? I was like, now you need to stop.
Yeah, you do need to be an AfterBuzz host.
Clearly-
You know all your
Clearly,
dirt.
Shanola is a huge
All right, who's
fan
gonna
of
turn off
TV.
Ronnie's mic?
I know.
Okay.
Why does Ronnie have
I love
this
you,
power?
Ronnie. Bye.
Shanola, where do they follow you or Facebook you?
Please follow me at Shanola Hampton, and you can Facebook me Shanola Hampton. Holler.
There you go, Spicy
Oh, the
Mark.
boys, y'all are doing that.
And you guys can follow me on Twitter at spicy_Marty anytime you guys want. Play with my Twitter.
Dorinda.
You can find me at Lula Cherry Films.
There you go, and you can find me here at AfterBuzz TV. If you follow me anywhere else, I might have to call the cops.
And Survivor. Oh my goodness, y'all have Archer. I love Archer.
We do Archer.
Seriously, when Archer's
All right.
dead. Oh, sorry.
Ronnie, take us out of here, and we'll tell Shanola all the shows
She's
we
doing
do.
advertisement for us.
All right, thank you, Shanola. Shameless, the after show. Thanks, guys. That was great.
Thank you, everyone.
From
That was
Bing.com,
fun.
executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.